Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Nikko Daze Show, your safe space for healing, reflection, and navigating this thing called life, one days at a time. I'm your host, Nikko, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget to hit that follow button, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or watching us over on YouTube. And if something in this episode resonates with you, feel free to share it with a friend or post about it on socials and tag us at the Nikko Daze Show. This space is growing, and I want you to be a part of it. Today's episode is tender, it's raw, and honestly, it's personal for many of us. It's called Healing the Inner Teen Who Never Felt Heard. This one's for the part of you that's still carrying words you never got to say, boundaries you didn't know how to set, and emotions you were told to hide. All right, let's have the day's check-in. How are you feeling right now? No, really, not the version you post online, not the one you tell your coworkers or classmates, but the part of you that feels a little forgotten sometimes. Is your inner teen still trying to speak through your adult decisions? Are there moments lately where you feel unseen, misunderstood, or like you're reacting to something deeper than the situation at hand? Maybe you got upset about being excluded from a group plan, or you found yourself shutting down when someone questioned your choices, and you're like, wait, why did that hit me so hard? That might be your inner teenager trying to protect you, trying to be heard in ways they never got to be. So wherever you're at in your emotional weather today, I invite you to breathe, drop your shoulders, let your guard down, and lean in. When I think about my own inner teen, I remember someone who always felt like he had to be the strong one. I was that friend who listened to everyone else's problems, made people laugh, showed up when it mattered, but when I needed someone, I didn't even know how to ask for help. I was told I was mature for my age, a compliment on the surface, but underneath it meant I skipped childhood. It meant I had to be okay even when I wasn't. And every time I felt overwhelmed or broken, I buried it because I didn't want to be too much. There was a time in college, maybe second year, where a friend confronted me, saying I was too distant and hard to read. I froze because deep down, I didn't know how to show up as my full self. I was afraid of being judged, dismissed, or worse, abandoned. And I realized then that I wasn't just protecting myself as an adult. I was still protecting teenage Nikko, the one who learned early on that speaking up was dangerous. That reflection stuck with me, and it's been a long journey since. One that taught me that healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about meeting the version of yourself you locked away and letting them finally breathe. Let's talk about it. Healing the inner teen isn't just poetic language, it's real psychological work. So many of us are walking around with decisions shaped by what happened to us between the ages of 12 and 19. Those years were formative. That was when we were figuring out our identity, our values, our sense of belonging. And if you grew up in a home where emotions weren't safe, or you were bullied in school, or your early relationships taught you to shrink, your inner teen is likely still calling the shots. You might struggle with over-apologizing, or being hyper-independent, or choosing people who don't choose you back because that's what felt normal growing up. But here's the thing, your inner teen doesn't want to keep running your life. They just want to be heard. They want someone you to finally say, I see you. You didn't deserve that. And you don't have to carry it alone anymore. So what does that look like in practice? It might look like writing letters to your teenage self, letting them say everything they couldn't say. It might look like crying over things you thought you were over. It might look like standing in front of a mirror and saying, you are enough, and actually meaning it. Healing isn't linear. Some days it feels like you're moving forward. Other days, one smell or song or memory can send you spiraling. But even in those spirals, you are healing because you're choosing awareness. You're choosing care. There's power in reparenting yourself, in creating the safety you never had, in giving yourself the emotional freedom to express, to rest, to be. You don't have to be the version of yourself that survival required. You can be soft, you can be expressive, you can be real. And if no one ever told you this before, your teenage self deserved to be loved exactly as they were. And your adult self does too. Take a few moments today and sit with this. What did my teenage self need to hear most? And how can I give that to myself now? Write it down. Let it pour out, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable. Be gentle, be real, and know this isn't about fixing the past. It's about honoring it so you can finally move forward. Thank you so much for being here with me today. This was a big one, and if you made it this far, I hope you feel a little lighter, a little more seen, and a whole lot more connected to the version of you that deserved better. If this episode helped in any way, don't forget to like, follow, and share it with someone you love. And tag us so we can see where in the world you're tuning in from. Until next time, see you in the days. Love, Nikko.